My name is Jonathan Coppell. I'm Dean of the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions. It is my great privilege to welcome you to the Spring 2020 Convocation Ceremony. We are gathering remotely this year in recognition of the COVID-19 situation, which doesn't allow us to convene together, but it doesn't do anything to dampen our excitement and our feeling of pride regarding the achievements of our Spring 2020 graduates. It is my great privilege to lead a college of students dedicated to public service, and if ever we needed a reminder of the importance of public service and the importance of people who are dedicated to serving their community, it is right now. It is terrific to be gathered with you, even in this virtual way, a community of people focused on enhancing the lives of the communities of which we are a part. To start the ceremony, it is my privilege to introduce the President of Arizona State University, Dr. Michael M. Crow.
Michael Crow here, President, Arizona State University. I just wanted to take this time to congratulate all of you attending your college convocations for your successful completion of what had to be one of the most complex semesters in the history of the known universe. Thank you for your perseverance. Thank you for working with our faculty. Thank you to our faculty. And you've got your degrees, and now let's get out there and make things happen.
Thank you, President Crow. You know, you've probably attended other graduation ceremonies and heard the speaker discuss the importance of giving back. It's kind of a natural part of any graduation ceremony to say, well, now that you've progressed, remember to give back to others. I always feel a deep sense of pride at our convocation ceremony because we don't have to bother with this giving back stuff. Our graduates have already chosen pathways that are all about serving the community. And that's what makes this ceremony unique. Here, we have undergraduates, master's students, doctoral candidates, and they represent a large variety of disciplines. But whether you're studying criminal justice or social work or public policy or parks and recreation or nonprofit management or any of the other subjects that we cover in the Watts College, we are united. We are brought together by a passion for public service, by a commitment to take care of each other. And after all, that's what it means to be a community. It means that our fates are intertwined, and we recognize that when one of us thrives, we all thrive, and when one of us suffers, we all suffer. Now, we gather in this unusual way because of a public health crisis that really underscores the power of that idea. Indeed, we are starting to recognize that health cannot be enjoyed singly, and that, in fact, if one of us is sick, there's a danger to the entire community. And so we must think holistically about even our individual health, because our health is not truly safe if the entire community's health is not safe. So this is a particularly poignant time to gather as the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions, because we are reminded every day that without people dedicated to serving the public interest, there can be no success for any one of us as individuals. And so I'd like to stop for a moment and recognize that each of our graduates' journey was similarly a function of the community. I honor the achievement of each of you who got here through hard work and overcoming obstacles. But you know that you couldn't have done it without the support of your family. And I hope they're with us today via the internet, part of this ceremony. So I'd ask you to stand up, and usually I say give a hand, but now I'll say maybe give a hug to your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your grandparents, your children, your cousin, your friends. All those people who helped you get here today, recognize the important role that they played in the journey, because that too is what it means to be a college of community solutions. And so, before I turn to the rest of the ceremony, I want to revisit a memory that maybe some of you have, because every year we start off the journey for students in the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions with a discussion of public goods. Now, I promise I'm not going to belabor this ceremony with an academic lecture about public goods. But to refresh your memory a little bit, the idea of public goods is that there are certain things which we cannot divide. That is to say, I can't enjoy it without you enjoying it, and I can't stop you from using it, even if I wanted to. And the classic public good we think about is air. Either the air is good for all of us or it's good for none of us. And it turns out that creating public goods, things like clean air and clean water, is really hard because you can't charge money for it. People will take it whether they pay you or not, and it's really easy for people to mess things up. One person acting alone, but when you add it all together, the consequences are enormously destructive. And right now we're getting an object lesson in public goods. As I said, we're seeing that health is a public good, and that even if I have the greatest health care in the world, if the person who happens to bring me my food or sits next to me at the restaurant or is on the bus in the seat over from me, if they're sick, I'm sick. Tom Hanks probably has really good health insurance, but it didn't stop him from getting the coronavirus, right? That's what it means to be a public good. And so here's the thing. We operated as a society treating health as something less than a public good. You either could afford health insurance or not. Some people had better, some people had worse. I'm not editorializing about that. We made a choice to treat that as a private good. And now all of a sudden, as a society, we're facing a reality that, like it or not, health is in many respects a public good. It's shared. We have to make a decision about what we collectively are willing to tolerate in terms of loss of life, in terms of sickness, and of course right now in terms of the economic costs of maintaining public health. Each of you have chosen a profession which involves choices about public goods. If you're in criminology and criminal justice, the question is, what kind of sacrifices are we willing to make to ensure our security? How much individual liberty will we surrender to make sure that we are safe from those who would steal from us or those who would harm us? If we're in social work, we might confront a different question. How intrusive are we willing to let the state to be in order to protect children from harm? How willing are we to see parental rights discontinued when something scary is happening potentially in the home? And of course, if you're a Parks and Recreation major, the question is what we're willing to invest to preserve public lands for the benefit of everyone. I could go through every single discipline in our college, from public policy and public administration to emergency management and homeland security. And embedded in each one of these fields is a public goods question, a question of our collective will to invest in something that we all share. And so I raise that today because the conventional lecture that you get, indeed the lecture that I give when you're starting your journey as freshmen, if you're an undergraduate, treats public goods as if they are fixed. That some things naturally are public goods and other things are not. But the reality is more subtle. The reality is we are faced with choices about whether we are going to commit to build public goods together. And you, as graduates of the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions, are about to embark on a career in which you will be asked to make a choice. And you will be asked to provide guidance to the rest of us as to what the right balance between public and private is, between collective and individual. And so I ask you to take this moment in the midst of a national, indeed a global crisis, where we are asking ourselves questions about our values and how much we value the collective versus the individual, to think about how you will go about addressing those questions. Now, I hope that in your years at ASU, you've acquired some tools to help you make those decisions with wisdom, with the ability to digest facts, and reason through your answers. But there will always remain the need to bring your own values to those questions, to bring your own judgment to those. And I urge you, when making those judgments, to consider the world that you want to inhabit. That ultimately is what this college is about. It's about building the community that we wish to be a part of. And the question of whether or not we treat something as a public good or not is ultimately a reflection of your aspirations for the community. And so, of course, today is a day of congratulations and a day of excitement to recognize what you have achieved. But it's also a day for introspection and a day to settle on your own vision for the future, not just for yourself, but for the world you want to create. And I hope that when you reflect back on the journey that you've taken years from now, you feel that your time in Watts College helped you prepare you to make those calculations, and we all are the richer for it. Congratulations, class of 2020. Now, we would love to recognize every single one of our graduates watching this ceremony. Alas, that would take quite some time. So it is my pleasure to introduce Vice Dean Cynthia Leitz, who will describe to you our outstanding graduates who are representative of the incredible talent that is gathered under the banner of the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions.
As Vice Dean of Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions, I have several responsibilities in this role. But by far, the best part of my job is each year to acknowledge the outstanding graduates who are finishing their degrees from one of the schools that collectively make up our college. Although this year looks a little bit different, as we are celebrating you all, our graduates, while practicing social distancing, my sense of pride for our students and their accomplishments remains unchanged. I'm deeply proud of each and every one of you. Watts College is not just the largest, but we are also the best comprehensive public service college in the nation. Our college is made up of 4 schools: social work, criminology and criminal justice, public affairs, and community resources and development, and we also now offer 3 interdisciplinary degree programs. We serve over 8,000 students across all of our degree programs if you include our high-tech program in Hainan, China. About 2/3 of our students are studying in our undergraduate degree programs, leaving 1/3 being graduate students, most of whom are completing professional degree programs, preparing them to work in the public or private, for-profit or nonprofit sectors. About half of our students now study 100% online, and we host highly ranked degree programs taught by some of the very best, most known faculty in their fields. With all of that said, what makes us special? What makes this college unique? What makes us special is without a doubt the engaged, committed student body that we serve. Today you'll get to learn a bit about 6 of our graduates. These outstanding graduates have been nominated and chosen to represent their respective academic units, and I can promise that you will be inspired by their stories as I have. As you learn more about them, please listen closely for elements of their stories that are also truly representative of yours. In this group, we have both undergraduate and graduate students. Students have studied on campus and those who have studied through the online platform. And most important, all of these students demonstrate a clear and undeniable commitment to serve the public. Like many of you, most of these students worked or volunteered during their academic programs. Some served our nation through military service, and others completed internships while caring for family. And like so many of you, many are the first in their families to graduate from college. All of these students demonstrated excellent academic achievement, and many also conquered some pretty serious obstacles to get to where they are today. So first, we will hear about 4 graduates: Nina Goel, Genevieve McKenzie, Thomas Pryor, and Rachel Fisher, who are representing Watts College as our first set of outstanding graduates for 2020. Listen closely. Their stories are your stories.
My name is Sudaira Goel. You could call me Nina, and my major is program evaluation and data analytics. If I had $40 million, I would like to tackle the current situation we are in by creating a system where general population from all over the world can report in any unusual health or medical issues they are facing. That can help us identify any pattern in health, any pattern which might be related. And this can act as a warning system for global health pandemics so authorities can take timely action. But if I have to pick one professor, it has to be Dr. Lacey, who is also program director of our program. And I have returned to school after 18 years of gap, and it was not an easy adjustment being an online student. Sometimes it can get very isolated, but Dr. Lacey was there every step of the way. It was like being in a real-time, real classroom, because he was able to provide help almost real-time. So thank you, Dr. Lacey, for everything. For those still in school, I would like to say that being in school at any stage of life is not easy. Sometimes it feels pointless also, but it is worth it. Please stick with it. And one thing I've realized in life is it's never too late to go to school. It's never too late to rediscover yourself like I am rediscovering myself. And education is one tool which stays with you always. It gives you new views towards the life. And so please don't drop it. Stick with it. You got this.
My name is Genevieve McKenzie, and I'm studying criminology and criminal justice and psychology. My aha moment when I realized that this is what I wanted to study actually came a couple months into me being at ASU, and I was sitting in a prison across from a guy that was incarcerated and holding a conversation just like I would with anyone else, and all of a sudden it clicked that the people that I read about in textbooks have faces, they have names, and I saw a lot of room for growth and potential in these individuals, and I was hooked. The professor that taught me the biggest lesson at ASU was Dr. Kevin Wright. Kevin taught me the power and the importance of living authentically. I've seen Kevin be authentic in every situation, whether it be in front of classes, at work, at conferences, and when talking to men and women who are incarcerated. And through watching Kevin conduct himself in this way, I learned the value of being authentic in my own life and being true to myself and following what's most important to me, no matter what. The true value in my education for me came from interacting with the community, doing research, talking to my faculty and staff members, and really applying what I was learning in class to the real world.
My name is Thomas Pryor, and I'm studying public administration. So I chose ASU first in my undergrad and then again as a graduate student for a couple reasons. First, the school has a wonderful reputation for its School of Public Affairs. I think we're ranked third in the country for the local government management. Also, ASU's commitment to being an inclusive school was important, and I think those values are things that I value. One of the professors that comes to mind that really instilled a lot of lessons both in and out of the classroom here at ASU would be Professor of Practice George Pettit. George is a retired town manager from Gilbert, Arizona, and his teaching style is great. He forms a relationship with his students. He cares about his students, and throughout his both in and out of the classroom, he's sure to instill his personal ethics and leadership style into his students and those within the School of Public Affairs. If somebody gave me $40 million to tackle the problem in the community, being in local government and aspiring city manager, I believe that change happens at the local level. So there are so many vulnerable populations in our community that $40 million would go a really long way. So I would challenge myself to look at our immediate community, find those people that could use the help. When you think about it, it's your neighbors, it's your family members, it's your friends. So those are the issues that are really near and dear to my heart, and that's one reason why I'm interested in local government.
My name is Rachel Fisher, and I'm a School of Community Resources and Development studying Parks and Recreation Management with a concentration in therapeutic recreation. My aha moment when I decided that I wanted to study therapeutic recreation or recreational therapy, I was continuing to lose vision. I am a visually impaired student, so I was continuing to lose vision and I needed to look for a new field or a new career. And they asked me what my favorite job that I ever had was. My favorite job was working with students with autism in the West Suburban Special Recreation Association. So the Foundation for the Blind said, well, that's great, that's a career, you can actually study at ASU. So they asked me to do a labor market survey. And in the labor market survey, I got to interview professionals that worked here in Arizona. And one of them was one of my professors, Dr. Beth Dietrich. So getting to see the career that I love to do, that my favorite job was actually a career and I could study it here at Arizona State University, I was really excited. And just the partnership and being able to still work with those people I interviewed has been pretty incredible. The teacher that influenced me the most while here at Arizona State University is Professor Kelly Ramilla. So it was my first semester at Arizona State University, and I was having a really hard time in class connecting with other people. It was just a really rough start for me, having a visual impairment and getting connected. And she had a conversation with me near the elevators in UCent, and she said, "It's okay. We're going to take time to make sure that we figure out what it means for you to be a recreational therapist who happens to have a visual impairment and make your visual impairment work for you." I'm learning how to use my disability, just like Kelly Ramilla had said, to connect with these consumers that I work with. And because I have that connection with them, it's been just an amazing and profound experience. And it's exactly what she said. I learned how to make what I thought was a limitation actually work for me and be a superpower. The best piece of advice that I could give to a student that's still in school, and I say this a lot as a Gold Guide on campus and in student orientations, is you need to get involved and you need to get engaged. You need to look at your time here in college as a way to build up and prepare for the future career that you're going to have. So this is your time to try out different areas in your career, try things that you want to see if you like or you don't like. For somebody in rec therapy, you try different populations. Do you want to work with physical disabilities or a clinical setting? You can try those things out by volunteering and getting involved on campus.
We will now hear from two final students, Anna Solace, who's graduating with an undergraduate degree from our School of Public Affairs, and Cassandra Pena, who earned a master's degree from our School of Social Work. Both were selected to represent Watts College at the university ceremonies. Congratulations.
My name is Anna Solace. I don't think I ever really had an aha moment in wanting to study public service and public policy. My whole life I've just been helping navigate my family through those fields. For example, I am first generation American. I'm a first generation college student as well. So growing up, it was all about translating government documents, helping my family with their immigration status and the immigration process. And I really just garnered a passion for wanting to help people navigate public policy. And I thought that by going into the field that I could make that so much easier for a lot of different people. I definitely have to say that it was Dr. Sandoval. Typically you would find that you are going to learn different things from a textbook, but in his human event class through Barrett, I garnered so much knowledge from places that I had no idea I could ever learn such valuable lessons from. For example, we had hip-hop classes, we had cinema classes, we even had a Day of the Dead class where we got to go out and experience those celebrations. And I just think that it's really important to tell students and to have them realize that education and knowledge doesn't only come from a textbook, doesn't only come from a lecture, that the whole world is surrounded with experience from which you can learn from. The best piece of advice that I would give to those still in school is that it is okay not to be okay. I know that when I first started college, my first few semesters, I was really depressed, I was really homesick, I had imposter syndrome because I'm just the first one in my family to have been going to college. I was in a completely different state with nobody that I knew, so it really bogged me down, especially like seeing my peers around me having the time of their lives. It really made me think, well, like, what's wrong with me? But there's so many people that have these same feelings, they just hide them. However, ASU is really good about having the resources available to connect you so that you can get better, and once you come out of your shell, ASU really becomes your home away from home.
My name is Cassandra Pena, and my major is social work. Something I learned at ASU that changed my perspective is to be open to listening to my peers and hearing about their experience and background. I think that it's important to understand the views around so that you can further strengthen your perspective. I've been lucky to have numerous professors really guide me and shape my social work education. In particular, during my graduate program, Judy Kreisig and Professor Ferguson really demonstrated the social work values and provided a master level education. If someone gave me $40 million to tackle one issue in the world, it would be homelessness. During my undergraduate field internship, I had the opportunity to work for homeless youth, and I was exposed to the unique needs that they are experiencing. And I feel that more can be done on the issue of homelessness, and because of my passion to homelessness, I feel that this is an issue that I would like to tackle.
Congratulations to these 6 outstanding graduates. You all inspire us to go out and make the world a better place. And to all of our graduates, please accept my congratulations to you for what you have accomplished. On behalf of our faculty and staff, it has truly been a privilege to prepare you for the worthy and honorable mission of public service.
We are so proud of our outstanding graduates. They truly are representative of the incredible talent and dedication that is gathered under the Watts College of Public Service and Community Solutions banner. We are made up of a set of schools that represent different disciplines, and additionally, we have created a set of interdisciplinary programs that draw from these different schools. I'm delighted to introduce to you our school directors and associate dean to describe these programs to you.
I am so proud of our students who are graduating from the School of Community Resources and Development. You all embrace our goal of building sustainable, resilient, and healthy communities through our 5 focus areas of community sports, parks and recreation, recreation therapy, tourism, and nonprofit leadership. Together with our community partners, we are co-creating transformative solutions that enhance community well-being. Graduates, you are all worthy of your respective academic distinctions. Congratulations.
As director of the School of Public Affairs, I am proud to call you our graduates. You are the future of governance, public administration, and public policy. Whether it's urban management, information technology, civic engagement, public finance, or public policy covering issues from the environment to social and education policy, our graduates are prepared to bring innovative solutions to pressing challenges in our communities. Congratulations to the class of 2020, and I hope you will stay in touch with us.
Students graduating from our interdisciplinary programs have pursued degrees that integrate expertise across the breadth of our college. These graduates are leaders who recognize how their unique interdisciplinary approach has prepared them to create truly innovative solutions for for complex societal challenges such as managing emergencies and disasters, promoting public safety and security, and improving the performance of organizations to create social change. At no time has a need for this knowledge and expertise been more clear. Thank you for your commitment to tackling these important and timely issues.
It's been an honor to serve as the director of ASU School of Social Work. Our students share our commitment in promoting social, political, and economic justice. You are prepared to lead the way to solving some of society's most challenging problems that disproportionately affect society's most vulnerable members. Congratulations on your accomplishments and for what is yet to come.
Hi, I'm John Gould, Director of the School of Criminology and Criminal Justice. I am so impressed by the commitment of our students. Our graduates have immersed themselves in critical thinking about crime and the criminal justice system. They are contributing to societal transformation and will improve both community safety and well-being. We need bright minds like yours to take on these challenges and ensure our public safety. Congratulations, graduates.
The Investiture Ceremony is counted among the oldest traditions in academia, originating in English universities and dating back centuries in academic history. The PhD is the highest and most prestigious academic degree awarded at this university, in this country, and across the globe. I am pleased to congratulate our new colleagues on the completion of their doctoral studies. Congratulations on this significant accomplishment.
With that, our ceremony draws to a conclusion. It is my sincere pleasure to offer my congratulations to you, graduates of the class of 2020. I realize this isn't the convocation that any of us envisioned, but truly it shouldn't take anything away from your accomplishment. What you have done to get here today is extraordinary, and we are enormously proud to have played some role in getting you there. But more important than that, we are enormously buoyed by your commitment to public service and your ability to overcome challenges to get to this day. We know that with the preparation that you have gotten at Watts College, you will go on to do great things. Congratulations to each one of you. I look forward to seeing the world that you build together.
Welcome to Wells Fargo Arena, class of 2020!
You are the largest freshman class in the history of ASU. That is
awesome. Woo! Class of 2020!
Olympian in history, training for another Olympic Games. Oh, and it worked.
Fire danger on wheels now banned at ASU. It's the latest move against hoverboards due to the lithium-ion batteries.
This could be pretty historic, guys.
And he got it!
history in the making.
It's over. Number one goes down in Tempe.
That's 3-0. And as Walter himself would likely conclude, that's the way it is.
ASU makes history here in Tempe, Arizona on a spectacular fall night.
And eventually, if we want to stabilize the CO2,
We are timeless, waves washing over the sand on my feet.
This is just coming into our newsroom. Starting Monday, ASU is moving all of its in-person classes to online classes in order to protect students from the coronavirus. President Michael Crow announced.
There's still something to be said about kind of the neatness of going down in the history books as the one and only class to ever do this. Everyone keeps saying you'll tell your grandkids about this, but it kind of is pretty true. This is such a unique experience for everyone.
I think that it's unfortunate that we don't get to have the normal graduation, but I think just with life experience that we just have to keep pushing forward.
When I think about what I want to do with my degrees, whether in the more traditional settings of a university or some sort of educational space or through community outreach, I definitely want to continue my learning and continue others' learning. And so part of that, I think, definitely includes graduate school. Probably a lot of it.
I'm going to celebrate my accomplishments by just chilling with my family, just enjoying this time, eating some good food and just working out. And just having the summer at home. I love Arizona State, and I'm a Sunday for life.
It's really special to make my family proud because I think about all the late nights that I spent studying, all the second jobs that I got to be here today, and all the different activities that I did to build my resume so that I could get a good job after college. Being able to make them proud is really special because it wasn't just an investment on my part to be here at ASU. It was an investment on their part. Go Devils! Woo!
Where the bold saguaros raise their arms on high, praying strength for brave tomorrows from the western sky, where eternal mountains kneel at sunset's gate. Here we hail the alma mater, Arizona State.